Hi, everyone.
Hey,
I'm Alicia,
and I'm Meredith.
and this is One Season Wonders, the show where Meredith and I find a TV show that only had one season and we talk about it. And you're listening to episode 4 of The Princess of Malibu.
Beautiful.
So check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast. We have It's About the Pasta, Vanderpump Rules podcast, and we have Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast. Please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta and join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to all of our pre-shows that we make, and you get access to any episodes that we record early, including this one. This was up on the Patreon first.
Yep.
They saw it. They were the first ones.
They conquered it.
Listen
You gotta
to it.
wait. Don't be a waiter.
Don't be a waiter. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get access to our after shows that we do when we go back and record live seasons of Vanderpump Rules and Summer House. And also we'll say her name on the podcast. So thank you to Chris, Danae, Dustin, Jackie, Casey, Kimberly, Cameron, Tiffany, Tracy, Gina, Jennifer, Kirsten, Kelsey, Mariah, and Sarah.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
And then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we go back and do our live seasons of Vanderpump Rules and Summer House, you get to ask us any questions, concerns, comments, and we have to read them on the podcast. I think legally, but we're looking into that.
And legally, I can't.
if you like this show, we'll get you involved for another one season wonder we do. We'll make that in a $5 tier. So stay tuned. We'll see how well this season does. But also we'll pick a patron of the episode that gets involved with One Season Wonders. Meredith, do we have it?
I have the person you referenced last episode, which is Cass, who DM'd us with a clapping emoji, hyped that we're recording these episodes. So thanks for interacting with this fun and flirty show.
Oh my God, Cass, thank you so much. Okay, should we get into this episode then? I'm very excited for my book report at the end. I'm so excited.
So stay tuned till the end, because that's where the hard-hitting news comes from.
I'm so excited.
All right, well, previously on Princess of Malibu, David cut the boys off from all of the staff last episode, but don't worry, they're fine. They hired their own, but they did also have to find a way to pay for it all. Brody rented out David's studio. That did not go well, and David threatened war and said he would not lose. So we pick up, and David kind of rolls up, and one of his top 5 annoyances from episode 1 has happened. Brody is parked in David's spot. David is not having it. David calls a tow truck and is trying to figure out.
That's bold.
I didn't fully realize what was happening, because David is how much for $4,000? And I was for a minute wondering if somebody didn't want to play with this stunt. I'm not taking away your stepson's car.
No, I immediately knew. I was like, he's gonna tow this car for $4,000 worth of money.
Very, very far away. He actually spent $5,000. So let's see what 5,000 gets you here soon. But now it's around noon. Brody and Spencer wake up. David kind of voices over and says that typically they wake up and they try to piece the night, last night together.
Yeah, they were so fucked up. They don't know what the fuck
Stop with the judgment. I'm gonna stick up for Brody and Spencer here. Leave them alone, Dad. Let them piece the night together.
I was fine with this, but if they need to piece the night together, they shouldn't know. No, they shouldn't be driving.
Oh, that also. But you never know.
That's when he was like, did I park here? And I was like, sir, you should know where you parked a car.
Yeah, I would think, did I give Brandon the keys, if anything, if I can't remember and I was that
I
drunk.
would do that thing and be like, I parked right here.
Yeah.
I parked it.
Yeah, so they wonder where the hell's the car. We obviously know it is very, very far away, but we go inside and we ask Mom Linda where the hell the car is. Linda has no idea, and Brody's like, I checked everywhere. It's not at the studio. It's not here. I'm like,
Linda has no idea, but she knows of a business card that can help.
Yeah, David, I guess, left a business card for Linda to deliver. And Brody calls the number and asks about his car.
Wait, the business card says your move, dickhead.
Oh,
Which
yes.
is awesome. Awesome
Yes.
touch.
Like I said, David is waging war. So
touch.
Brody finds out that his car is on the way to Phoenix, Arizona.
Bold to a shopping center nonetheless.
Seriously, what a nightmare. What is that, like 4 hours away? That just sucks.
I don't know, but Linda is most upset about this because she doesn't want this war.
Yeah, and this is like, we're really leveling it up. We leveled it up last episode, like we discussed with the booking of the studio.
Yeah, but this was kind of funny, I think. This is like a funny one.
Especially because like $5,000 to like a normal human, like that's a lot of money. And I think any mom would be pissed out of the price of what David spent. But these people are loaded, so $5,000 is like $5.
Yeah, nothing.
I appreciate this. Yeah, David, let's actually piss them off even more so they leave. But Brody and Spencer decide to go into David's office and also mess with David in theory. What they end up doing is finding his like what they kind of end up calling his address book, but it's like a digital address book or a Rolodex. Like it just has all these contacts in it. And we find the contact for I don't know who you call on a private jet. Yeah.
I'm poor. I don't know what this is.
I don't know job titles
I
for
fly
these types
economy.
of roles. Even that, I'm like, you could shove me up in the where the carry-on luggage goes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So they're gonna go and take the jet to Phoenix. But first we need to get Brandon. So they walk into Brandon's room and are like just clapping to wake him up.
They wake up poor Leah, who like did not even ask for this.
Of course, obviously Brandon's not in on all these things, but he's along for the ride. So they tell Brandon what happened to the car. And Brandon's so confused.
He's like, we're going to Phoenix. Also, Leah doesn't get to go, or Leia or whatever. She doesn't get to go to Phoenix.
I thought the same thing because we see them walk up to the jet and I was like, what the hell?
3 boys in jeans and oversized blazers.
We love to see style. So we're on the flight. Spencer does some digging and finds all the airplane bottles of alcohol.
Oh my god, he finds all the shooters.
I love this. I mean, you might as well. If you're going to take the jet, taking the alcohol really isn't that big of a deal at this rate.
Yeah, but I appreciate they all took that like a shooter and they all went, ooh. Yeah, like it was real.
It's not like they could get the full staff on board. That would raise too many red flags. So we have to serve ourselves here.
I know, but that was the most realistic thing on this show was them taking that shot.
Also, I was wondering, why are we all ripping shots? Aren't in theory we supposed to touch down in Phoenix and get this car and drive it home? We can't all be wasted. Right?
Yep. Yeah. Okay, cool.
We get David back at home in LA, talking on the phone to we don't know who.
Who's he on the phone with all the fucking time?
This random, I'm just gonna dub it that we are again talking to the random Southerner that we had last episode.
So he's always on the phone like, yeah, I totally towed his car all the way to fucking Phoenix.
Yep.
Sir, who cares?
He's like, I bought myself 2 days of quiet, and I was like, 2 days.
I swear to God, if someone called me just to say that they towed their son's car to Phoenix, I'd be like, what a waste of money. You should have just put the tow locks on it and called it a fucking day.
At that rate, like put a deposit down on an apartment and tell them to move the fuck out.
Yeah, kick them out. Jeez. What a dumb phone call, David.
Yeah. I mean, we've got even more dumbness happening on this flight. Spencer has the crazy idea to why are we going to Phoenix? Let's go to Vegas. And Brody's like, I don't think you can just decide mid-flight to go to Vegas.
He's also like, my car is in Phoenix.
Yeah, but it's Vegas. I actually really didn't think this was possible. Can you just change your flight plan mid-flight?
I don't know what it's like to have a private jet.
If somebody does, can you please tell me? Because I don't feel like you can do this. But whatever, they do it. And at this time, David's looking for his address book, and on the flight, Spencer pulls out the digital address book and is like, let's go to Vegas.
Brody and Brandon are both like, dude, that was not a good move. Like, they're a little stressed. You can see like a little bit of them like, ooh, dying inside.
Because I think usually with these plans, there's an element of let's get away with it.
This you're
And
gonna get. Someone's gonna know.
this is going to be
You
noticed. How
stole
could it
a
not?
fucking jet.
Honestly,
Someone's
not
gonna
even
know.
that. The address book is more noticeable more quickly.
That's true. You're gonna get caught.
Like, we didn't need that. We could have just written down the contacts.
Whatever. We're going to fucking Vegas.
Yeah.
We're going to Caesar's Palace because that's where Celine Dion does her residency. So
Yeah, let's go.
it.
So they contacted the hotel. They get this massive suite. This guy at the hotel is like, "Where's David?" And
Jeremy.
Jeremy,
Jeremy
you're
is
great with
like,
names.
where the fuck is David? And they're like, oh, he's right behind us.
Yeah, he'll be right here. Which, okay, if you just wanted into like a club or something, I think that could work. But a whole suite at a hotel.
I'm like, I get Jeremy's not suspicious yet because he's like, oh,
Yes.
David's probably talking to Celine Dion. Fine, I'll take you to the room. They do this whole suite. But then Jeremy's like, I'm going to go find David.
Yeah. And they're like,
Like,
we got him. He'll be looking for David for days.
he's going to call. Like, immediately, I was like, he's going to call David's these rich people have cell phones.
Yeah.
And if Jeremy knows them.
Or like, you're so unresponsible that I bet David's going to have to come to the front desk for a key even. Like, I will find him if he does exist in Vegas right now.
We're going to know if David's in Vegas. Okay, everyone?
Yeah, this is not hard to figure out if David truly is in Vegas. Spoiler alert, he's not. He's actually
he's in a jacuzzi.
Relaxing with his wife. And Linda makes a comment like, you're so much happier. Well, obviously, his two shithead stepsons.
Linda, maybe if you backed him up once in a while, he'd be happier most of the time.
Yeah, this is exactly how David's life wants to be. He wants to be in a hot tub with his hot wife, no children causing a ruckus.
No.
Jesus. And the children causing a ruckus are currently at the hotel, sipping on their champagne, having the time of their lives.
But then the doorbell rings.
Good.
I got stressed.
Lord.
I got super stressed because I did think it was Jeremy, but then it got worse. It got so much worse.
Oh, yeah. So Brandon and Brody go to the door and see out the little peephole that it's Celine Dion.
It's Celine Dion. And then they're like, what do we do? What do we do?
Spencer runs away.
Spencer goes to turn on the shower to make it seem like David's in the shower. But then Brody's just standing there and Brandon's like, you can't make her wait. It's Celine Dion. And I was like, I was stressed. I was like, it's Queen Celine Dion. Let her in.
No, that's actually what you don't do. You act like you're not there.
She could hear him go, it's Celine Dion. What do we do?
I know, but that's why you are more quiet. Like, honestly, who in Vegas sits in their hotel room for a long time? You shouldn't be in your hotel room.
Pause. Did you see that suite? I know,
but I'm just saying.
This is why I don't book nice places when I travel.
True, like you don't want to spend time there, but in their theory, David's out and about. So like, David's out and about.
No, David's the type to stay in this room. I don't know. Celine Dion knew. She probably called Jeremy and he was like, he's probably in the room.
Yeah, go check on David. I haven't seen him yet. So they let Celine in. Don't worry, she didn't have to stay out there for long. One thing I do have to say is that her little title when she walks in says, here to see David, might be disappointed. And disappointed is like misspelled insanely. I don't know how this got through. It was spelled
fuck.
Disappointed.
Who the fuck disrespected Celine Dion like that? Every scene she's in needs to be perfect.
How did this pass enough people?
Oh my god.
Did you not get the squiggly red line underneath it when you typed it out?
I didn't type out.
No, not you. Like,
oh, the editor?
Come on, you're telling me that like there's not a one word document that this got put into? I don't know. I was shocked.
Oh, that's horrible, MTV.
It really irked me. I couldn't focus on the rest of this Celine or like section because I was so annoyed that somebody misspelled disappointed. But don't worry, I was able to move on. So Celine sits down with the boys. They tell her David's in the shower. but she's like, I'll wait. I'll wait
I'm
for
not
him.
able to move on. There's no way they're making Celine Dion, absolute fucking legend, wait with their loser asses on this
I know.
couch. I literally wrote, I cannot fucking believe. Like, I was so mad. This poor woman, and they're not even making conversation.
No.
I would be like, Celine, tell me about your show. What set list are we doing? I miss you so much. I love you so much. Let's talk.
Seriously.
Nothing. They're just
No,
sitting there like,
we're
David,
waiting
stay
like
here.
40, 50, like
Oh
forever.
my God, 53 minutes. And Celine's like, I gotta go. And then Brandon's like, let me check. I was like, check what?
Yeah, he's like, let me just check to see if he'll be done soon now that you're about to leave. And
It took 53 minutes. There's no way. There's no way.
you know, at that rate, I really hope Spencer was actually taking a shower.
There's this scene did not last this long. Celine Dion would not wait this long.
No, even for the real David in a shower, I don't think she would wait this long.
No, Celine, girl, I love you so much. Why did you sign up for this show?
I am so confused how they got her on this show.
Oh, I'm so upset. We can move on. That was the worst.
We've got more Celine going on. Weirdly, back at home, David and Linda are in the studio working together, and Linda like makes a comment about her sounding like Celine Dion, and I was like, this was so unnecessary.
Also, is she recording now?
I don't know, but it made it seem like she's never recorded with David or like been in a studio with David. I'm like, you've been married for years.
She's more of a songwriter with David.
Yeah, but you're telling me you've never gone into your home studio before?
No, I would think to like when they write songs for female
other
voices,
people, she would
then like record it or have some see how it sounds or like whatever.
Yes, because you don't just hand people like a piece of paper with lyrics on it. You usually record a version so they can visual or like hear what you're thinking.
The disrespect of Celine Dion in this show, it upsets me. I love her so much. I'm so upset.
But you know what? I'm thrilled for David. He's getting some alone time with his wife, even though there's other people here for this studio session. Like he's getting adult time, and I'm happy for him.
I didn't this episode, but I just want everyone to know that at some point, if there's in the next 2 episodes, someone like no one's the star of the show, I'm gonna do a background report on Celine Dion. I love her so much. I'm not. We all know who Celine Dion is.
There's 5 main characters, so like we will have a 6th episode, is what Alicia's saying. That I think maybe you should.
If I can't find Walter, it'll be Celine Dion.
Walter. Well, like we said, Celine left, so the boys go to the club, get some bottle service, have a great night out, find some girls.
Blondes, 1 brunette. There is finally a brunette here.
Welcome. We're getting some diversity in the hair color.
All white women.
Honestly. Well, the guys with their ladies, go into the elevator, and we get a nice, like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Weird, horrible MTV.
Like, that would have been the best part. Come on. Don't do this to us.
No wonder this show only had 1 season.
Yeah, here's reason number 300 million. I gotta
know, is Brandon hooking up with other girls? Well, he's got Leo.
There were 3 girls. There were 3 girls.
3 girls.
Oh,
but I didn't see Brandon there. Is that weird? I looked. I only saw Brody and Spencer.
I think you're right. Even at the club.
I think Brandon doesn't like being on the show.
I truly think he's like, I would rather be in Phoenix, is what. Yeah. He's like, you know what? That's what happened.
Leo was gonna meet me in Phoenix, you guys.
Yeah, Brandon dropped the 2 boys off in Las Vegas and then flew to Phoenix to get the car.
Hung out with Celine Dion and was like, "This is too much. I gotta go."
Yes. Well, it's the next morning, and we got to get out of here without paying for this hotel room.
Joke's on you. You walk down in, again, jeans and oversized blazers with a camera crew strolling out of Caesar's Palace. Jeremy's gonna see you. He works right in the front.
He's like, "Hello, gentlemen. Are we trying to leave without paying?" We tried one more time to get the fake David to pay. And
David's right behind us. And then Jeremy's like, David's on the cell phone.
That's funny. Here you go. Well, Brandon is back here, so I guess he didn't go to Phoenix because he takes the phone call. And
David cracked me up. He was basically like, "Your move, bastards," and like,
he's like, "What are you gonna do? Pay for rent or for Vegas? This nice charge that you've racked up." So Jeremy runs through the bill with them.
Oh my God, and security's right behind them.
I love
Cried.
it. Okay, wait. The most groundbreaking thing to me, outside of disappointment being misspelled, is that 4 limo charges is only $40 each.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. That's
What a
peasant.
bang for your buck.
That's peasant level price. That's
I
me.
mean,
That's
that's
me
what
being
your
like,
Uber's gonna pay like cost these days.
yeah, I'm like $40.
I'll
That's a
take the
steal.
limo, seriously. We also had room service with those steak and lobsters they had for dinner. They had some Cristal, some Dom Perignon. I mean, half this bill has to be outside
You
of the
guys
room.
just get
that
the
food.
Tito's. Just get the
Seriously.
Tito's.
They went to the spa and got massages, phone calls, which I'm like,
He
what?
goes, you guys went to the spa. Looks like you all had a great time there. I don't know what that meant. I was like, happy endings. What's going on?
I can't.
Whatever.
Somehow we get charged for phone calls, which I'm like, that's rude, Jeremy. A phone
No,
call.
this was the time when if you did a long distance phone call, you're gonna get charged.
There were movies, which I'm like, what type of movies?
When did we have it? That was Brandon because he stayed back from the club.
Very true. That's it. He was on the phone with Leia, and watching a movie. Not inappropriate.
That was Brandon. Yep.
So what are we gonna do? Cash or credit card? And Spencer says, I'll put it on my Miles card.
His mom's card.
Oh, I thought he said Miles.
No, he doesn't have a card. It's his mom's card, which we learned
like,
last episode that
oh
his
my
dad's a
God.
professional speaker and his mom's a homemaker. So I don't know how they're gonna pay for that Cristal.
I mean, and the suite was massive. This is one night. What do you think this bill costs? I really thought we were gonna get a number.
40,000.
Yeah, I bet.
Total, they had a $40,000 night.
And Spencer also asked for a student discount.
Oh my God.
Which
Jeremy
last episode
cannot.
we learned he was in school for 10 years. So I mean, what is he gonna try and use a student discount?
He was not
for
in
10
school
years?
at this time. He was not in school at this time. I want to be clear.
Gosh.
And it was 10 years when he was in school. So this time does not count in those 10 years. So this man does not get a student discount.
Oh God. But as they're leaving, they pay up, and as they leave the hotel, they run into a bunch of Elvis impersonators, which makes Spencer
he has a brain blast.
And we get a voiceover of it that David would hate this. And so it's like, oh, David would hate something. I need to make money off of it.
Spencer can do it.
So we'll put a pin in that, and we will come back to our Elvis idea later.
But then the boys are home. We didn't see like the trip. Linda finds the boys in the kitchen and they're like, we have a plan, Linda. Spencer goes, trust me.
Which if Spencer, if any of these boys, even Brandon said, trust me, I'd be like, what's going to happen to my stuff?
I know.
They ask for a few things, and by a few things, they say Linda's dresses, jewelry, her car, her motorcycle. And they go to her Elvis room in the house.
Crazy, because David hates Elvis. I don't know why she has an Elvis room in the house.
It has a whole keypad on it to keep it locked up, which maybe that's why it has a keypad on it, not so people steal it, so David doesn't throw it out.
I thought it was to preserve all the outfits.
Well,
apparently, can I just say, I'm skipping a little bit, but I do not know how people are so like Linda Thompson and Elvis.
I don't think they are.
I don't associate like that. When I think of Elvis, I think of Priscilla. I don't think of Linda Thompson. I'm just saying, whatever.
I'm going to ask my parents about this. I'll report back on episode 5 and 6.
We'll ask older people.
I'll ask somebody older than me, and if don't come for me about that. Whatever. I have no idea Linda dated Elvis on the show.
I did, but it doesn't make sense. Whatever. We go to Elvis room, we steal a bunch of shit.
And we set up I almost said massive, but it's just like a small little Elvis fest. You know what? Honestly, looks pretty cute. Linda's dresses are on display.
It wasn't the boys.
It was probably the maids and the chef that we hired last episode. But Linda's dresses are on display. The car's roped off. There's like a bunch of Elvis people here. And we bring Linda out and she's blindfolded, and then they take off the blindfold. And she's very hesitant and she's kind of
mortified, which I finally kind of give her credit for. Like, for one, she's like, this is a bad idea.
Well, like, now you're pimping me out. And I think she would also agree this is not worthy of this, and these are like my personal clothes. I don't know.
But she plays into it. What the fuck? She never
Well,
stops.
the crowd starts cheering, and Linda's like, "You love me? I love all of this now."
Again,
Like,
this horrible edit.
I mean, say less. The minute if you just fawn over Linda, she's in immediately. She'd be so easy to convince to like rob a bank. All you have to do is tell her she's beautiful.
Yeah, make a great getaway driver with your hair in the wind.
Yeah.
She's in. I can't.
But up at the
Linda.
main house, David's on the phone. He's like, the house is empty. It's really
He's
quiet.
on the phone again with some rando person.
Our cryptic southern guy, I'm gonna say. And a random Elvis just walks through the kitchen.
So weird.
Then asks where the bathroom is.
No, he goes, "Do you know where the bathroom is?" And David's like, "In my house?"
What are you doing in my house?
And then he obviously goes to investigate and finds Elvis Fest and is obviously pissed.
But he has learned now here by episode 4 that just screaming and yelling will not do a thing. Which, okay, good on you, David, for trying to find a different tactic. However, the tactic of just making fun of these Elvis impersonators is not gonna change this situation.
I liked it.
No, I love it. But like, what do you think is gonna happen? That somebody's gonna like storm off and like want their money back from the 3 hooligans running this fest? No.
I don't know.
I think he's just like, you know what? If I can't beat him, I might as well join him and find something like fun out of it. I mean, he like I said, he walks around and insults some people, grabs some McDonald's. How is McDonald's always here?
They are catering McDonald's.
They are product placement in this show before I even really knew product placement was a thing. I mean, congratulations, McDonald's, on getting in on this. And I am really hungry for some McDonald's now. The last little stint he does is walking over to, there's also pictures of like Elvis with Linda.
Oh, this was bad.
And he starts drawing on him, which I really hope no matter what, even if this was real, the boys would be smart enough to not put real photos down there. I would hope that they would take copies.
Didn't hurt Linda.
But I was thinking, David, you're ruining your marriage with Linda by being a little dick.
Yeah, I was sad.
You're like being mean to her now, not just the boys. But David returns to his old self, I'll say, and walks up to Linda and says, like, starts kind of like yelling at her a little bit, like quietly, like, this is a terrible idea.
I'm pissed at Linda again because she says she's staying out of this. But Linda, you are clearly helping your boys monetize on yourself.
This one, your first shirt in. This is your shit, and this is like in your honor.
I'm upset with Linda.
Linda. Again. Like, what are we doing here?
Linda,
clearly David's not getting through to her, so he walks over to the boys and it's like, oh wow, you only destroyed half the lawn this time. Thanks a lot. Also, did you ever think about how now all these people you've done all these things with know where our address is and like how to get in? Like, what do you think is going to happen now?
They all seem to be obsessed with your mom. So
yeah,
bad, but they've gone too far.
Yeah, this for sure is the last straw. Also, I will be adding security to the rent payment.
Honestly.
I mean, we're going from like, remember when Brody bartered David up from $1,000 to $2,000?
Yeah, we're straight up going to $10,000 again.
Seriously. Yeah. If I thought earlier was the last straw, this is the last straw.
Dramatic.
So next time, things keep going missing from David's office. David retaliates with his own garage sale. And just a lot of things are being sold between the two parties items. Linda weirdly gets upset that her boys were inconvenienced, and I'm like, about what?
I'm gonna lose it.
How were they inconvenienced? And I swear, if it's about David selling their freaking surfboards, I'm gonna freak out. And then David calls to have a brick wall installed, and I can't decide if the boys are locked in or locked out of their rooms.
I think they're locked out.
I cannot wait because there's like real brick and mortar going in that like this seems like a mess.
He said he needs a brick wall for half a day, which I don't know how that works out, but okay.
Yeah. Do you think they're just gonna give up and move out over this?
Yeah, flex, my guy. But yeah, super weird. What a weird show.
I know.
It does not paint anyone in a positive light, but don't
Who's
worry
our-
because I'm about to
Who's our
change it
spotlight of
up.
the week or the day or the episode?
Oh my God. Okay. So first I'm going to preface it with I'm going to do some background and then I'm
Okay.
separately going to do dating history because
Love.
there's a lot. So I'm doing Brody.
Okay.
Brody Jenner. Okay, so he was born in Los Angeles, went to high school with Winnie Port from the Hills and Spencer. His parents are Caitlyn Jenner, also known before the
Previously.
transition, previously known, that's better.
Yeah.
Previously known as Bruce Jenner. She is an Olympic gold medalist.
Yes, for the
and then
decathlon.
yes, mother is obviously Linda Thompson. He is a stepbrother to the Kardashians, Khloe, Kim, and Courtney, and half brother to Kendall and Kylie Jenner.
And they actually have another half brother.
I was gonna say they have two other half siblings.
Oh, two?
Yes, named Bert and Casey Jenner from Caitlyn's previous marriage. Don't worry, Meredith. I did all my research.
Damn.
Okay, so he started out on Princess of Malibu, which was canceled because after the show premiered, like right after the premiere.
I feel like you need to leave this tidbit for the last episode.
No, that's fine. Right after the premiere, because we already know Linda filed for divorce the same year this aired.
Yes.
So it was literally right after the premiere, and that's when it got canceled. So
oh my God.
Then he went on to The Hills, which again, like he kind of got brought into it with Spencer dating Heidi. And I think I might be wrong, but I'm almost 100% positive. So Brody was dating Kristen Cavallari at the time.
Yes.
And they introduced Heidi and Spencer.
Yes.
And then Kristen didn't want to do The Hills. So then Brody came onto The Hills, where he was then kind of like Lauren Conrad's boy toy and hot boy.
Yes.
Persona.
Well, like again on the show, but I have heard nothing happened.
We will get there.
Okay.
We will get there. I'm just talking about on the show. He was brought in as the boy toy. Yes. He was kind of the good guy. He stopped being friends with Spencer because he was, dating, quote unquote, Lauren on the show and shows her side of things after the sex tape rumor that Spencer started. And then
which is shocking because I didn't realize until we watched this and you've done these recaps that they've known each other since high school. Like that's a long time to truly stop talking.
Yeah, they might have even known each other before that. Like it was they just went to high school together. But Brody then had his own reality show called Bromance, where young men competed to become part of his entourage. That sounds like there was only one season of that too. So
oh my God, I did not know anything about this, and I'm adding it to our list.
And then he also modeled because he's a very handsome boy. I had a big crush on him for Guess and Cosmo Girl. So now his dating history, which is fascinating. It's fascinating. You're gonna want to pay attention. Trust me. So the first person I found is Brody Jenner's ex. Is his future sister-in-law, Leah.
What?
He dated Leah, and Leah is currently married to Brandon.
They actually got divorced.
Did they? Damn, but it happened. He dated Leah before Brandon did. So weird.
My God.
So weird. Okay, so then it was Lauren Conrad, but they've both come out and said they've only hooked up. It was not a real relationship. Yeah. Lauren even went as far to say she did have a crush on Brody, but it never amounted to anything, and they stayed friends. He did for real date Kristen Cavallari for a year in 2005 to 2006. He was rumored to have a one-night stand with Lindsay Lohan in 2006.
Damn.
He dated Nicole Richie for a few months in 2006.
Honey.
And then in 2007, he was rumored to have a fling with Haley Duff. I know, it gets crazier. On New Year's Eve of 2007, he was spotted making out with Paris Hilton.
Oh, man.
I know. Okay, so then in 2008, he dated Cora Skinner, who's a model actress. I didn't know who that was, but then this was my favorite Brody Jenner relationship. He dated Avril Lavigne.
I know.
From 2010 to 2012.
Weird, right?
I wanted them to get married. I was obsessed. I love support. I wanted it. They broke up, obviously.
Oh, God.
Then he started dating this girl, Brianna Holly, who I also think is a model / actress.
Okay.
Then In late 2013, he started dating Caitlyn Jenner, who then he became engaged
Not
to.
obviously not his
Oh,
mom or
Caitlyn
his
Carter.
dad.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Caitlyn Carter. Whoops, it's not Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Carter. They became engaged in 2016, married in 2018 in Indonesia, but then they were never legally married and they broke up in 2019. Now, this relationship was featured on The Hills New Beginnings,
Yes.
which like they seemed horrible together. I've never hated a relationship more.
And then like you go into the pandemic, or like they were doing their like not really fake divorce, but like since they weren't legally married, they were like separating, and all that drama spilled into the pandemic. Do you remember?
And wasn't Caitlyn spotted with
Miley Cyrus?
Oh, it was Miley Cyrus?
Yes.
For a second, I was like, was it Kristen Cavallari?
No,
But
it was
wasn't.
Miley Cyrus.
Okay, solid. And now he's currently, as of 2012, official with Tia Blanco, who is a Puerto Rican surfer.
2021, not
2022.
2022.
Sorry, what did I say? 2022.
Too many 2010s, like in a good
I don't
way.
know. Yeah, 2022, he became official with Tia, and he's still dating her. So they just wished him a happy birthday. Linda Thompson was there and everything.
Oh, Linda.
But I just can't get over he dated Leah, who then Brandon dated. It's super weird.
I'm shook.
Super weird. Also, Paris Hilton, kill it, get that make out.
You know what? This was like the era of the like boy toy time where it's just like, let's hit all of it.
Yeah. Also, I hoped for Avril Lavigne and Brody Jenner to never break up. This was it, because it was like hot popular boy meets like punk uncool girl.
Yes. They were such like, different visually.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
That was his like, until his fiance, that was his longest relationship.
Yeah.
So he liked her, and I never found out why they broke up. It was just like they did, and it was amicable or whatever. And I'm still upset. So
good on him.
Just so everyone knows. Maybe I'll do a background on Paris Hilton now, just
oh my God. Just a quick update on random people throughout the episode.
She obviously moved on, but okay, that's it. That's my background.
Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, do all the things. Follow us on Insta for more. Thanks for joining.
Bye.